So I made a video for a pro that talked about trying to say what was a good shot and being able to actually define it, right? It's for him, it was being 10% of his intended distance. So from 150 yards, 15 yards was acceptable. And we're trying to bring those in. And so one of the things that the ways that you're able to figure out, how you have to look at your numbers is by going ahead and hitting shots and looking at dispersion pattern. So you hit 20 shots with the same club, trying to hit it on a target line, right? So if I'm hitting my 145 club, which is my 9-iron, and what it does is it gives me a whole bunch of different dots around that spot. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't give us the curve that it takes to get there. It gives us a straight line. So we have to take a look at where it is you start the golf ball. That's so important, especially for an indoor place like this. We have to make sure that this is actually straight and your box isn't crooked over here or the one back there. You want to make sure that it's straight. So from here, we want to try and evaluate where it is you hit your shots. And the only way we can really do that is to take out the chart and look at the start line. Where is the golf ball starting? Because the cure to a big hook isn't a slice. And it might not even be to talk about curing the hook. It might just be getting the ball to start more out. So if I'm a right-handed golfer, my biggest hooks are going to be the ones that start the closest to the target line and curve from there. And the smallest hooks are going to be the one that points out this way more. And so for you face-to-path guys out there, we know the path's going to the right, but rather than trying to change the whole swing pattern to change a swing path, try to get the face lined up a little bit more with where that swing path is, and you have a really functional shot. Higher, probably farther, with the low point more forward. All of those things are going to help you hit the ball more solid so you can see a better dispersion pattern. So when you recognize your start line, that the ones that start too far left are the ones that probably curve too much left, figure out a way to create an environment where you know where your start line is. Like Jack Nicklaus said, pick a spot in front of the ball. And you know that if you're going to draw it, that ball has to start to the right of that spot. And if it's going to fade, it's going to start to the left of that spot. And how you do it, I'm going to leave that to you. But start line is pretty crucial. So next time you're in a simulator, hit 20 shots to see where your dispersion pattern is. Then look at that start line. Recognize where the numbers are mostly. The big curves have one direction. Small curves have another direction. And try and get a better idea of where it is you point that face at setup. And then again when you hit the shot. Because I guarantee that if you work on your start line, your ball curve is going to come in a lot.